Night shift at Chlorine Hollow. There's a moment when a person knows they've stepped too far into the dark. When the laughter fades and the whispers grow louder, echoing through the corridors of their mind. I remember the day I left home like it was yesterday. My mother's voice tearing through my heart as she screamed, "You'll go insane, Kyle. You're throwing away your life for a fairy tale." I was a pool technician, a job that turned into an obsession when I stumbled upon something I couldn't ignore. Unexplained drownings had plagued the Chlorine Hollow community, and I dared to sound the alarm. Instead of support, I was met with hostile ridicule. The officials swept it under the rug, and I was scapegoated, painted as a delusional fool chasing shadows. Cursed pool? My father had laughed, his eyes glinting with scorn. More like cursed mind. But you see, sometimes darkness knows you better than you know yourself. And I was determined to uncover its secrets. I spent years in isolation, returning to the Chlorine Hollow pool under the cover of night, armed with nothing but my sanity and an insatiable thirst for knowledge. The labyrinthine pipes beneath the surface whispered my name, calling me deeper into their watery embrace. I read every book on hydro-paranormal engineering, connecting dots that others wouldn't dare approach. I came to understand the language of water, the pulse of the haunted currents, and what they craved, something beyond comprehension, something ancient and hungry. The deeper I delved, the more I realized how deeply my family's disbelief had rooted itself in my psyche. I thought about their derision, their mockery, as I worked tirelessly to map the cursed territories of Chlorine Hollow's underbelly. Each night brought with it a chilling sense of foreboding, as though the shadows were growing more sentient, more aware. When I finally cracked the code, when I uncovered the rituals that had long been forgotten, the sins that had seeped into the very walls of the town pool, I emerged not just as a technician, but as a survivor of horrors others could only imagine. By then, I had become a renowned expert, my name echoing in conferences, my research deemed groundbreaking. Yet, the cost of my success haunted me like a specter, a reminder of all that I had sacrificed. Returning home after years, I felt a sense of dread clawing at my insides. The familiarity of my childhood house was suffocating, a reminder of the laughter that had once stung my heart. I could sense my family's disdain the moment I walked through the door, but I was no longer the boy they'd mocked. I was now the harbinger of truth, proof that darkness existed. As night descended, I invited them to witness what I had uncovered, what they had so stubbornly refused to believe. "You'll see," I murmured, a chill settling in my bones. "You'll finally understand." We gathered around the old pool, the air thick with moisture and memories. I activated my equipment, drones with sensors, lights flickering like ghosts in the stillness. I had warned them about the darkness lurking beneath the surface, the weight of ancient secrets seeping through the water, but they had laughed. Tonight, there would be no humor in their laughter. The water shimmered unnaturally, and the air crackled with palpable tension. I had designed it to amplify the eerie manifestations. The water responded to me like a well-trained servant. My heart raced as I watched the surface ripple, something stirring below. "What is that?" my sister whispered, eyes wide with fear, but I simply smiled. Then they came, shadows shifting and swirling, gliding through the water as though it were air. Faces distorted, mouths twisted into silent screams. Echoes of those who had drowned, their memories etched into the fabric of Chlorine Hollow's very existence. "Look!" I shouted, pointing at the spectral forms rising from the depths. "This is what I was trying to save you from. The darkness you mocked is real." Their laughter was gone, replaced by a profound fear. My mother staggered back, clutching her chest, her face pale as she realized the consequences of their disbelief. My father's bravado crumbled, replaced by horror as he stumbled backward, slipping on the wet ground. And then an unholy wail echoed through the night, a cacophony of lost souls reaching out for recognition. The pool surged, as if animated by an unseen force. And I felt the weight of their anguish settle within me. "You never believed," I said softly. "But now you can never forget." The shadows swarmed around us, a tempest of sorrow and rage. It was then I understood. My family, who had mocked my obsession, were now witnesses to the tragedy that had unfolded because of their rejection. They watched, paralyzed by the truth, as I emerged unscathed, a vessel carrying the burden of knowledge they could not bear. As the night wore on, the apparitions began to fade, the water settling back into a deceptive calm. My family stood in stunned silence, the weight of their disbelief smothering them like a shroud. "Mom, Dad, you've seen it now. This is the cost of your ridicule. You can't ignore what's right in front of you." I left them there, their faces pale and hollow, knowing they would never forget the horrors hidden beneath Chlorine Hollow, nor the truths I had unearthed. As I walked away, the shadows seemed to follow me, a silent reminder of my journey and the burdens of truth that had come with it. In the end, I had become more than just a pool technician. I was the bridge between belief and disbelief, a warning to others who dared to mock what they could not see. And though my family would forever bear the scars of their choices, I emerged with my own brand of haunting, a crown of shadows, a testament to the horrors we choose to ignore.